Wagwan on the spot. Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's _Gintu back again to the root of today. I'm going to be starting this kind of the video from wherever you are. Bombshell. And we're going to be getting this kind of the democratizing, and it's one-on-one live coverage. And the first time you're watching this kind of the video, thank you very much for being tuned and being in touch. And this is the leveling up. We want to make sure that, and today I'm just checking on the solar system, and the climate is changing a little bit, and to have a good change about maybe it's going to be raining cats and dogs here a little bit, but other things going to be considerative. And here we start this kind of the fantastic moment. Thank you very much for you being tuned overseas, and the Mandarin people, thank you very much for you being there. And we're going to be making sure that everything is coming out very responsible. So here we go. It's not it looks like a small house that maybe Gintu want to be hiding here. No, this is not a hiding parlor, but I'm going to be making something very legit, which is a small swimming it's going to be like a swimming pool, but it's going to not be a swimming pool. It's going to be a turtle stool. No, a turtle, no. Let me get it as a fish farm, and I'm going to be producing here what's called the fish farming, which is aquaculture, going to be coming out from this position. So we are glowing good, and we're going to be making it happen, because today is today, and I don't know how this kind of the gentlemen are going to be passing from this kind of the site outside here, because they are enclosing themselves. But how the effect is coming, guys, whenever the rain going to be raining here, we have this kind of the bigger spot here that's going to be accommodating much of the water. Whenever it's going to be in excess, we're going to be having an entrance to the second fish pond here, which will be the bigger and more fantastic, because we want to collect rainwater that's going to be so effective to this kind of the platform going on one-on-one. And here we go. We have much of the guys here representing and making sure that tanglement is ongoing and very fantastic. Due to unconditional circumstances, we can buffer with how the condition is going to be, and that's how the things going to be, because I told you about this kind of the fish going to be the latest and the coolest one, because I told you about the G-Castle going to be upholding and sustaining its own sustainability. Like food, they're going to know any problem like something like food here. So that's why we are embezzling this kind of the moment to have it happening. Woo! Wagwan. Guys, down here it is already concreted, and we have the bricks, guys. The bricks were, hey, I told you the bricks here, they have different colors here. That's why we have the gentlemen here, and they're making it happen. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Everything is good? The top masons.
Yeah.
Exactly. How is everything, bro?
Everything is good.
What's your name, man?
My name is Peterman.
Peterman, YouTube channel, man. Exactly. And everything is Wagwan.
Yeah.
So are you going to be finishing? Because whenever I see the climate change is changing here. You know, we have to reach it here. Here. Yeah. So how many courses remaining?
5 courses.
5 courses. So you're going to be having 15 courses. We are moving. So everything is so good, eh? Yeah. Exactly. Go check on Pyraman and get him there. He has a YouTube channel, and everything is so fantastic. Guys, we have another gentleman here. How are you, man?
I'm Abdul, I'm fine.
Abdul, yeah. Everything is good?
Everything is fantastic.
Yeah. We are working. We are making it happen. Yeah, man. And I started with him yesterday, because he's the one who was here to make sure that we were concreting this kind of the small pond here. And guys, some of the people might not knew what is really happening, and you can now see how the bricks are shining, very shiny. And this is the product of Gashagwa in PhD. And we have another guy called Faida. So this is their product. So it's gonna be shining here, like the other G-Castle coming out from that far end. And we're gonna be having a 6 feet a fish pond here that even me, I might be inside, because if you just beep from here, it's gonna be coming up to here. So it's gonna be like 6 feet, and it's gonna be so fantastic. But you're gonna be having a crazy moment, because if water will be coming so full, it will be a crazy moment for a person who want maybe to swim. It will be so crazy for that one. So it's gonna be sealed and more compacted in a way that there's no one can come to interfere with it in any howly. And that is the real event that's going to be holding our own capabilities here. So as we just start ongoing, guys, we have this kind of the corners. They have a corner which is not a sharp corner. Somebody will be asking about why again is it not having a sharp corner. This is water, guys. And also we have the other stuffs here that are making sure that you can just see they're touching up with this kind of the wall. So as whenever the pressure, talk about the forces, talk about the currents of water, whenever they will be swarming here and swarming here, everything gonna be so fantastic. Gonna be not breaking there and damaging this kind of the small pond we're gonna be having here. It's gonna be accommodating more than 400,000 liters of water, and people will just talk about, oh, Gintu, is this that the fact? Guys, talk about one course it's going to be having more than one course all round. It's going to be having more than 20,000 liters. That's a fact, because it's a bigger one, and a bigger in a way that we're going to be having much of more than 1,000 fish being reared here, because the volume ratio of water gonna be very fantastic, because here we don't see the surface area, we see the volume ratio of the water. Because if you want to rear some fish, whenever you see they're considering to have the surface area should be larger, because the volume of water is low. And if you have a smaller surface area, you should have a more of the volume ratio of water, so as you can just have much of the fish being reared here. So it's going to be so fantastic. We have constructed, guys, much of the stones inside here for the nature. We talk about the nature here, and the nature that's going to be coming out of making sure that we're going to be throwing here much of the manure, much of the cow dungs, much of such kind of the things, to make sure that everything is so fantastic. So from this kind of the panel, I'm going to be talking about this is the learning position for the Gunmo, because Gunmo was talking about, you know what, Gintu was just doing nothing. Oh, this is a learning class for Gunmo to have this kind of, without going outside there talk about every time he's laughing like a hyena. That's very stupidity of the highest order. He has to come out clean, and sometimes he is always wearing some of the clothes which are not even relevant, like wearing some female hair. Have you ever seen those kind of the female coming from Malaysia? Somebody can talk about the dead hair. So he's just wearing some dead hair. He is outside something which is shagara bagara. So you should come to the session to learn. Make sure that you're going to be learning the session of fish farming, which we want to do here, which is more effective and more cost effective also. And to the determination that we have just put in focus, we have to make everything happening here with a clear, valid and validated points. And this is a courage that we are no longer depending on anyone like Kenge, who has ever been no more like that one. So this is something different, something legit, something tanglement, and something that will ever buffer. We're talking about, oh, this is the rearing of fish. Much of the stories gonna be coming in, because we have much of the things to reveal and to tell you and to teach much of the people what do we mean and how do we mean it, and how can we do it and how can we not do it. And because of this kind of a pond, we're gonna not be having an inlet, because we're gonna be depending on this kind of an inlet from the other section, this one here. It means that the water that will be coming full to this kind of the spot will be coming inside there. We're going to be having this kind of a channel. It's going to be constructed. You can just check here, guys, because it's something that was constructed. You can check here. It's a slabbed area. So water will be just pouring here and coming direct. We're going to be putting a pipe here that is going to be coming from this far end, accessing the fish pond here. So it's something that I want to be teaching much of the people to learn and get it. And Ankomo, this is the lesson for Ankomo to learn whenever we're going to be going back to Kenge. And I'm giving this kind of the responsibility for free, so they can just learn and get the vibe. Because the other things that they're always doing is something which is so embezzling. And today, the hazards, I'll just be keeping knowledging the people so they can just get. And even Kenge, be tuned here and get much of the things that are going to be coming out very fantastic. Whenever you're going to be watching this kind of the video, it's going to be so fantastic. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of the thing going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one, and things are going on very much appreciative. So we have gone here. We are remaining with one cement here, guys, for me to be done here. So somebody can talk about, oh, Gintu, we're going to be making it tomorrow. We're going to be having some plaster, 2-3 things here, and that's how you can just have to finish this kind of the spot once and for all. Because if it's a plaster, it's going to be plastered and neroid down, because you're going to be applied with the cement. So you understand that kind of the language you're going to be using. So that's the real fact. But this is how we always go on with this kind of the stuffs, and we're going to be making it happen. We are leveling it up, and the GCAS are going to be depending on itself. And much of the things are going to be coming to you whenever relevantly. And this is a class learning session to the Kenge fraternity, so they can just acclimatize their own fish pond and make it happen. Because I'm not talking about it died and it's going to be dying and dying and dying. They could just make sure that I'm not going to be there, but they're going to be learning from what I'm doing and and how I'm gonna be doing it so they can just do it. I will be elaborating from A to Z, from the stocking, from everything, how water will be acquired, how everything will be oxygenated of this kind of the water, food that we're gonna just be using, either commercial, either talk about homemade, and everything gonna be coming to life. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of the things gonna be elaborated. Next spot, let's go with it, and this is just the beginning.
Constructing something here called fish pond. Yeah, man. Wagwan. So here we are just constructing a fish pond, and today I'm not working. Today I'm just relaxing, and there's some boys who have just take over to handle, and they are also doing amazing work, because already here they have just mixed sand and cement, so that the mason here can start building. And you can see here the fish pond is being built by bricks, yeah, so that this is not a local one. This somehow developed somehow, because if you compare the fish pond that are at Gintu down there and this one is being built different way, because this one have been started down. Actually, we are the one who dig this area. We are the one who dig this fish pond. I was the one who was giving that construction. I was giving this work, and I looked for some boys who are strong enough, and actually we decided to build it, to dig down. So we dig like 3 days, then everything become fine. That's why you can see here today they are just now building. So I'm going to ask, and also underscore to compare why he's just starting to, why is just building this one instead, and the fish pond that are down there, they never be model like this one, you know. And I think I'm gonna be going down so that I'm gonna showing you clear. Wagwan. So there's a very big space. I don't know here what it will be going to. Wagwan.
Yeah, man.
Everything good?
Everything is carifragistically good, man.
Should I come up there or you come inside here?
You are there already.
Oh,
yeah.
But come inside here. I ask you some.
We will be tampering with the work there.
But here is a space.
No problem. Come. I will just analyze it here. We don't want to have them thinking about you're gonna be giving them a hectic time there. Yeah. Say something.
Me?
Yeah.
You are on my channel.
Oh, okay.
Live one-on-one. Yeah, man.
Today you are having a GoPro, man.
Yeah.
Hey, today I'm seeing a GoPro. Hi.
Hey, today is a GoPro.
How are you?
Everything good?
Carifragistically good.
Good morning.
At 2.
Good morning. I was greeting you.
Oh, you are greeting.
Morning.
Oh.
And also you say morning to our people, or good night wherever they are watching this amazing content from the G Castle, from your home.
You know, sometimes if you want to do the greetings, man, put them in an etiquette of greeting. So whenever you say morning, maybe you are telling me about something.
I'm not meaning that one. You usually do.
Who?
You.
No, I'm not. I'm not in terms of that, man.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning too, man. What's up, man? Conquer the Babylon slash, man. You know, here we have much of the work ongoing here, man.
Yeah.
The boys have democratized.
Yeah.
And they are making sure that the fish pond is coming out more fantastic.
Exactly.
And it's one of the good moment.
Yeah.
And one of the best fish ponds to come out clearly.
Yeah.
So
and you know what? When you were given this work to dig here, You are the one.
I give you.
But you are the one who gave us this work
Yeah.
to make it clear.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No,
so
excavate.
Excavate.
Exactly.
Now we were excavating.
Yeah.
You know, my subscriber were asking, Mayani, what are you digging there? Are you looking for gold or what? But they never knew there is something amazing coming.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And today it's called now. It's called the bricking. Making sure that they're gonna be having the brick. It's called putting the courses of bricks and constructing using bricks. That, in short, you can just say that. And we want to be a constructed pond, and it's gonna be having only for harvesting water. So we don't rely on, we have natural water here. We don't have any source of water apart from having rainwater. We are going to be harvesting rainwater.
You know, I wanted to ask you, why have you decided to construct inside here, and yet you have a fish pond that you never constructed at Nyamwini?
No, those ones are natural.
Swamp.
That's called earthen fish pond. They are natural. It's a swampy area. But here, there's no swamp here. There's nothing here. It's just a dry area, and there's no water content that's just near here, or there's no water table that's beneath or near here that you can just dig and get water very easily. You have to go more than 20 to 30 feet so you can just get water, because the borehole that's at my home here, it is 18 feet. Then we got 18 feet. Then it has water. You understand?
Yeah.
So we are living around the hilltop here, and to the estimations, this hill that we are having here, it's one of the hills that have a largest volume of water, because you remember at your home there, you have a swamp. You understand?
Yeah.
So that swamp, it's the one that's supplying water up to where we are. You understand me?
Up to here?
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a lot of water at my area.
That swamp is the one that's supplying water up to where we are. So when I talk about this hill that is here, it's accommodating, it's having a large volume of water, because as I was a kid, there's a time there are some of the people who came to analyze and see if they can just drill here a very big borehole that will be supplying with the water to this area. And they said about there's a large volume of water that this kind of a hilltop has. That's why I'm always talking about whenever it's a rainy season. Have you seen the borehole that's at our home here?
It's full of
Have you
water.
ever seen it down? Do you know that down there it resembles this one?
Even a chicken can pass and go with water.
No, even my friend, you know what I'm telling you? It means that the borehole that we are having here, it's 18 feet, and how it's always, because it was dug like in 1984. 1984. It was dug in 1984. So since that time, we
Which
always.
borehole do you mean?
I'm talking about the well we are having here, Kisima.
Oh, the Kisima.
Yeah, the Kisima, 1984. That's the time my father wanted to migrate to here, so he came and dug the borehole first. You understand? So it's you can call it a well, and that's the time that I'm talking about. Whenever it's a rainy season, you cannot even attempt to tell a person who is not energetic enough to withdraw water from there, because water comes up to 9 feet. From 24, because it was 18, it was dug 18, but whenever you are now going, you know, after every while, the bulkiness of the maram always fit into the water. So you get into the borehole and get the remove those kind of the soil that is bulked inside. Then it's now going down. You understand?
Yeah.
Now it's 24 feet. So, but water comes up to 9 feet. It lifts that 9 feet above. So it means that if somebody can just drop there, it's gonna be, and you know, right now that well down there, it has created a very big space down there. You understand?
Yeah.
It has broken much over the walls, and it has just dug itself
a
very big hole down there. You
Yeah.
understand? And right now, even you can feel this kind of a pond if you want. If you can withdraw it, you can feel this one. So it has a lot of water. So it means that we can have it, but I want to harvest rainwater because I have the other one there, which is harvesting water for the construction. But I want to be transforming it into a catfish pond. That one. But this one here,
Because construction is
a little bit now narrower.
Yeah.
So this one here gonna be for the tilapia fish pond. So I want to venture into not the bigger space. People talk about the space, but I always have this kind of the condition. Not every time you should talk about the space. Talk about the volume ratio. That's what I want.
The volume ratio.
Yeah, and that kind of the small tank, if it's full, now water will be drained to this one here.
Yeah.
It means that that kind of a hole, whenever it will be filled, it will come to this kind of the fish pond. Exactly. So I want to go with the volume ratio. It's 6 feet above. Yeah. So whenever it will be filled with water.
And I heard you saying that this fish pond, they will not be grown bigger. What did you
Who told you grow bigger? I talked about the fish that are gonna be the fish that are gonna be rearing here will be only male fish, meaning that monosex.
Oh,
Monosex, only male. The only thing that will be doing, the only thing that will be doing, it's just growing. There's no additional value. Talk about maybe laying eggs. There's nothing like that one. So I want to rear. I will put like you know, whenever we're just purchasing this monosex, it's not 100% that it comes with 100% that is male. We have in a ratio of 5 to 2 or 3 to 1.
yeah.
So we must be having the female inside. So I don't want to have much of the competition here because of some people talk about, I don't consider about the surface area exposed or the area exposed. Look at the volume ratio of the fish pond. Volume ratio meaning that the water content that will be handled or holded inside this one. So if you can calculate a good fish pond, it should be like 3 feet.
3 feet.
3 feet of water. It means that 3 feet, it's like some 90 to 1.20 meters. So if you calculate 6 feet, it means that 6 feet will be like 2 meters. You understand?
Yeah.
So 2 meters, it has already bypassed the one I was talking. So the volume ratio exposed will be so fantastic for the swimming of the fish. So you will be relaxing here, and oxygen. The more the volume ratio of water, the more the oxygen concentration is high. Exactly. The narrower the water is, or the lower the water is, the more the temperature affects the oxygen concentration if you don't have an inlet.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't have an inlet like this one here, that water will be flowing in throughout.
Agriculture of fish.
It's called aquaculture.
Aquaculture is somehow
Rearing of fish.
Yeah. But is somehow hard.
Yeah.
If you don't have experience, you're gonna
not only experience. Technical skills, and also talk about the knowledge.
And then let me ask you a question. How did you learn these things, my friend? Did you go to school?
No. This is just from the field, from the oral work. I was ever doing. And
your father was rearing, or your grandfather?
Yeah, my father used to.
Your father?
Yeah.
So you learned from him?
Yeah, I learned from him, and I never talked about, hey, teach me. I was seeing, because much of the people, it's not, we have some people, different kind of people. We have people who can talk about, you have to be taught. And no, do this, no, do this. But me, I can just come.
Can see.
Yeah, I can come and I can just see, and I will understand what is going on, because it's always available. That's why you can see even here, whenever they're going to be constructing, the walls, talk about the corners will never be sharp. The corners will never be sharp. For the people who understand what we mean, the corners will never be sharp. Why? Because of, talk about the current of water. Whenever water is bumping, because we have the topography. Even water has the topography. You understand? So if water has the topography too, it means that this water will be having some waves. So those waves will be hitting the corners. You know the waves of water. So it can break the corners. Exactly. And also, we're going to be having some of the outlets of the bricks, like forming like something like a barrier there. So you can see an extent of a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
here.
Exactly. So you see, it's coming to get to the section of the
wall.
The wall. It means that whenever the waves will be pushing the bricks, they will never come out. So it will act like a barrier. You understand it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the biggest aim of us to do it here. So it's gonna be coming out up to 6 feet to make sure that 6 feet. Yeah.
Which means it will reach like.
Even you, whenever you misread and you come here, you have tingy card, your head is not normal. You go inside, you talk about the swimming pool, you are done.
It's like it will be somehow dangerous.
So dangerous.
Are you gonna be securing like?
It's gonna be
like,
whenever they finish.
this one.
Whenever they finish constructing it, tomorrow gonna be starting constructing a wall.
That give
That
me that of
No. You know, we deal with the people who are there. So I cannot have, you know, I always give this kind of jobs to a person who is intended to.
who is available.
Exactly, who is available. So if
But
I cannot give you the work, and I'm not the one who is planning about that work. So I don't know how many people will be working. So the top mason is the one who knows how many people will be working and how it will be worked. You understand?
So the earlier the best.
The earlier the better. Whenever you will come and find you are here, well and good. Everything comes out.
Wagwan.
Yeah. Hey. Tiga kore guys.
Wagwan.
Yeah, you know they are just wondering about the guy has planted the ladies shirt.
Today I have your mason here have a top.
Imagine a crop top. And is putting the umbilical cord out. I don't know why he's putting umbilical cord.
You know he's a brown guy. You know you have to fear brown people. Brown guy. Brown guy.
Yeah, and I don't know if he has dimple.
The pit.
No, dimple.
Maybe we ask him. He laugh.
He's there and is he? I don't know if he is the brother to Ankomo, because Ankomo is the one who is behaving abnormally that way. So cladding ladies' clothes. Yeah, so go and ask him.
Let me go.
The brother to Ankomo.
Ankomo brother.
I'm not Uncle brother.
Wagwan.
I'm Abdul.
Abdul.
The multi-purpose guy.
The master-purpose guy.
The multi-purpose guy.
Today,
They really know me. Yo. Today I have decided to wear like this.
How much is this shirt?
This costs like 600 Kenyan shillings. Yeah.
And why did you?
I have decided to wear this because of I'm now feeling like I'm healthy. I'm coming healthy. So I'm sweating. This is some of the breathing, yeah, you know very well. Yeah.
Guys, we are just meaning when he go down, we see some mysterious effect at the back.
I know. I'm breathing. My body is now breathing.
Yeah, guys. Wagwan. And I can see you have net of fish here.
Yeah. Now after everything here now, now this kind of the stones gonna be cleaned, so as you can have you know cement is an alkaline, so it is not bad in terms of the healthy purpose of fish, because even fish sometimes they need alkaline solution, so it doesn't have any effect. So we're gonna be cleaning, and the stones are there for the nature. We're talking about the nature. You're gonna be providing the surface area exposed.
And let me ask you another question. Which water is necessary here? Is it that like oil there, or the like that white?
No, you know
we have the clean water. If you can see the fish running.
Clean water can never rear fish.
Why?
Clean water can never rear fish.
Why?
That's a fact. That's the fact.
But
Clean water. Now you talk about you go and take some chlorine and put in water and rear their fish. How will it be? So clean water will never rear fish.
So fish, they want some.
Even that's why we have in the fish pond something called fertilization, to enrich water with fertility, so as we can have it can trigger the growth of algae, depending to the teacher who taught you. So which is algae. It's called algae. That's why I've said about depending to the teacher who
taught me.
Thank you. So it's triggering something called phytoplanktons and zooplanktons. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we have this kind of
entering.
So whenever now we get into aquaculture, we have terms.
Aquaculture is a rearing of fish.
Exactly. Rearing fish in an enclosed system or in water. Exactly. That's aqua is water.
Aqua.
Yeah. Then culture is now.
But another name of water is H2.
No, that's it's called a what? That's a chemistry name, man.
So you are talking.
So you wanted us to say that H2O culture.
Why do you depend on only biology?
Let me tell you, aqua is water.
Okay.
Anything that's reared in water is aquaculture, reared in water.
Fantastic.
Then that's the cultural thing. So the meaning that I was talking about, that's why I've never seen water it's clean in a fish pond. It means that water is fertilized, and that fertility is what you can just use either commercial fertilizers like DAP in a rate that you have.
You can put DAP.
Exactly. You can dissolve in a water can, then you sprinkle all around in that water in the fish pond, and that water now. If that is commercial fertilizer, what's the work of a fertilizer? To enrich fertility and nutrients to the soil.
Yeah, man.
So it means that when you use that kind of dissolved DAP in water and you sprinkle it around, it means that it will bring the fertility to that water, which will increase the growth of phytoplanktons and zooplanktons in that kind of water. Phytoplanktons is any plant.
We go. Phytoplankton.
Phyto.
Oh, phytoplankton.
Phytoplankton.
Phyto is a snake.
No. Phyto is green.
Green.
Phytoplanktons are the green. Talk about green nature. Or green, we can talk about any crops, like we can talk about anything which is green.
I shall be putting a camera and have some a notebook.
So that's where we are heading, and that's why I was talking about the phytoplanktons is any green, talk about like algae.
Algae?
Yeah, that's a phytoplankton. You understand?
Man, yeah, man.
And we have some other crops that will come, not even crops, some of the green, green like trees, like shrubs that might be in water. You understand?
Yeah.
Micronutrients also. So we have this kind of the thing. So
and your father is best on
exactly.
farming.
So that's how the things wanna be coming. And zooplanktons are like we can talk about the earthworm. Those ones that are found in the soil in the fish pond.
We call it
earthworms. You understand those ones?
In our language, we call
Mies. Yeah. So those ones are zooplanktons. Any small animals that fish can eat. Those are called zooplanktons that are found in the fish pond.
And you shall be applying ugali inside?
No. I'm coming to that one. So when we are using fertilizer, which are commercial fertilizer, or you can use the local manure. You understand?
Local manure?
Yeah, local manure.
Best.
It's also
for
the
cow.
best.
Cow.
Yeah, for the cow. Because whenever you dip it into water, it will go and settle at the bottom level of the fish pond and start removing the nutrients relevant for the growth of phytoplanktons I've told you, and zooplanktons also. Because whenever you see the manure somewhere, whenever you place it,
the manure that
the manure I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. Manure, I'm not talking about a cow dung. I'm talking about manure. Manure is already synthesized and processed. And it's good to be used in the production rate. You understand it?
Okay.
So when I'm talking about this kind of the manure, I mean either it's not only that you can just use the manure, or you can use the cow dung, but not direct to water. You can tie it in a sack and hang it in water. So as it can just be releasing itself from that sack, and it will be just going around to the whole water and releasing those nutrients for the growth of what? So you'll find that there are some of the plants which will grow inside water, which are called now phytoplanktons, and we have some animals that like that nature. of the manure, or that nature of what? The green moisture in water. And also whenever we have sunlight leading into the water, it means that we have chlorophyll and photosynthesis.
But here we have a very big.
There is sunlight coming.
Oh.
The problem
but
is
little. Like now, is
whenever
like...
you have sun, my friend, I'm telling you, whenever there is sun, everything is possible. So sun penetrates. Exactly, and it can reach.
It's
and,
not
and
much
a
like
plant,
it.
we have some of the phytoplanktons which don't depend on light. You understand it?
Yeah, I know that.
There are some which are triggered at night. You understand?
Yeah.
So we have such kind of things. And when we use the cow dung house manure, it turns water, it changes the water color. That's why we're talking about you never see a clean fish pond or a clean water rearing fish for commercial purposes.
Yeah.
And when it turns water, it has a different, we can talk about the impacts. We have like positive impacts and negative impacts of what? That kind of the manure. Number one, it enriches water with fertility or nutrients relevant for the growth of these phytoplanktons and zooplanktons.
Yeah.
One, and those are the food to what? To fish.
Yeah,
Number
one.
Number two, whenever it turns water into the color, like green color,
yeah.
It means that it has created a barrier of security between. There's no like predators can never view direct to the water and spot the fish.
That miare is related to the green.
I'm not talking about that one. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the green matter or the green content, or the we can call it the green what? I'm not talking about algae. I'm talking about whenever you put and water turns into green.
Oh.
That green nature is algae already. So that greenness, it's not acting badly in that fish pond. It is creating a barrier of security between predators not viewing direct in an aerial view and spotting a fish and take it.
I got it.
You got it now?
Yeah, man.
Exactly. We have number three.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eh. Yeah. That is the food now. You're gonna, if you want the food, I can just even analyze the food type for the fish. You want to ask a question?
Me, I'm learning something. What about if a farmer doesn't have that manure? What kind of other thing can
if you don't have manure, you can use the commercial fertilizer.
Commercial fertilizer.
Commercial fertilizers.
Okay.
But you should have the gauge of using. Not that you can just go and purchase and come and pour.
50
No.
kgs.
No. It's a very in a low quantity, not in a large quantity. It's just because you use manure in a large quantity because of the releasing of the nutrients very fast. Yeah. So you have to use if you want to use the DAP, you have to gauge it. Somebody will calculate the volume ratio of water and the surface area and make sure they calculate and tell you that maybe it's just some 2 kgs or 1 kg. Yeah, for the whole pond. So that is the effect. And I was talking about the effect of the manure.
Yeah.
So that's those are the two effects. Number three is whenever there is manure in that fish pond, it creates serpents, snakes.
Yeah,
they don't
snakes.
go hand in hand with manure.
Oh.
That scent produced with manure.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Smelling.
seen a snake in a house of cows?
No.
You have never?
No,
So
I
it
never,
means
never.
that even if you use manure in a fish pond, it means that there's no
Snake.
snakes will ever appear in that water to cause much of insecurity. You got me?
Even when I was at a fish pond, I see how you explain. You have explained and I have been seeing.
Yeah.
Now I was thinking, the way this water is, you can find a very big snake.
You can never find a snake there.
So
It creates barrier. It creates that scent that a snake can never get the position in that fish pond.
okay.
And in another way, when you use manure, so you have fertilized the pond, which is enriching the pond with fertility. It means that you can use that water in irrigation for your crops.
Again.
Yeah.
That water.
That water is now, it is enriched with nutrients. So now you
Now
can
have
use a
fertility.
pump from here That's why I'm talking about I'm gonna be having here the green zone, whereby we'll be using the same water from here and doing what? And
For irrigation.
For irrigation for the crops. It's very, 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 very enriched with fertility.
Okay.
And no more nutrients are going to be coming out. That's the fact. And also, whenever we are talking about the food,
Yeah.
So sometimes whenever we have this kind of the manure thrown here, it goes to the bottom level of what? Of the fish pond. You know, we have the already processed manure. You can throw it direct to the fish pond. And when you throw it direct to the fish pond, it goes and settles at the bottom level. So after it goes to the bottom level, it will create the nutrients and it will produce the microorganisms and the animals that talk about the small animals that even fish can eat. You understand? Yeah. And also it creates the barrier of nutrients onto the ground floor of the fish pond, whereby now we shall have this kind of the phytoplankton. So I was talking about the small plants that fish can feed on, like algae. Algae, it has a balanced diet, but you can never depend on it if you are using a commercial pond. If it's a commercial pond, you can never rely on this kind of only one substrate of the food. Exactly. Okay. So that's why you have to add other foods like what? Like the commercial feeds here or locally made feeds. It now depends on you.
And also, Mr. Gim, I have another question.
If I will tell you much of the things, we'll never get them. Synthesize those small.
I want a small one. Just
which one?
One. I don't want to. After how long, or you'll never clean inside here? I know there will some rubbish will be entering inside.
This is the plan. This is the plan. After a while, because the fish that we're gonna be rearing here, we're gonna be making even business from here. You understand? So it doesn't matter that I placed here like 500 fish or 700 fish. I can eat them at home here only for the home consumption only. Yeah. It will be even for the marketing. Yeah. 500 fish are so much. Yeah. If they reach at a rate of 300 shillings per each, you have a lot of money here. You understand? So it means that whenever now, you know, I will be depending on the raining water. So if the rainy season is no longer available, I'll never remove that water because it will stay vacant. So if the rainy season has come, it means that I will draw this water and pump it to the farm for irrigation and make sure that I'm doing what? I'm cleaning it, or it doesn't matter for the cleaning, because much of why we clean some of the ponds, it is much of the frogs. Have you ever seen frogs in water? So it means that the tadpoles, or we have much of the eggs of the tadpoles, because the tadpoles, we have this interdependence of the frogs and the fish at that water. So we have competition. So if you have competition in that fish farm, it means that we will have a low growth rate of fish, because there's a much of competition of food.
Oh, even frogs, they will be...
Yeah, even sometimes whenever the fish are there, they're small, and we have bigger frogs, they will eat the fish also. You understand it? So that's why you see regular cleaning of the pond after every harvest. So as you can kill all the you can just apply, there's something called aluminium oxide, and you can just use it to spray it all around, or just broadcast it, because it's like a solid, or talk about a powder. You can just apply it all over the pond so they can kill all the pathogens that are available. Maybe you have some of we can call them how can we call them? This kind of the animals that depend on other, like we have some small animals that depend on a fish. No, depend. Some parasites, exactly. So we have some parasites that do affect fish. So if we don't disinfect the pond, it means that they will still be there. So that's why we have to clean it regularly after every harvest. But if I see, yeah, when we apply lime, exactly, it's either lime, or we have something called aluminium oxide or calcium oxide.
You are also a student, so you have legends.
Yeah, we have legends. You want to talk to them? Huh? If we tell you much, you will not get it. You have small, then tomorrow you'll ask.
Yeah, no, I'm just even going, because you have given me a lot of vocabularies. Yeah. Even there is like...
Yeah, exactly. So get small. So tomorrow is another day.
Wagon. And guys, what I can add is, and you know what? I have 948 subscribers.
Exactly.